Hello, friends. Happy Tuesday. I'm here with the update for the next week, starting today, June 24th through June 30th, a energy update. And in these videos, if this is your first time here, I just want to say hello. My name is Cassandra Deanne. I'm a certified galactic astrologer and a galactic channeler. And in these videos, we are going to talk a little bit about the energy of the week. And in the second portion of the video, I like to do a trance channeling with whatever energy that comes through for the week. And I'll be honest, I'm trying to presently ground a little bit in my energy. This is the second video last week and this week, I've had some technical issues before hopping on here. So I hope you had a wonderful week last week. And I'm excited to kind of talk a little bit about the energy coming up for the week ahead. I don't have much I want to discuss as far as I normally like to provide information from astrology or human design. There's just a few things I want to talk about really quick, and then I will jump into the trance channeling portion of the video. So if you are watching this and you are familiar with human design, that's great. If you're not, don't worry. No concern. I'm going to describe the energy in a way that is easy to digest. I try to leave out a lot of terminology, but for those that are interested in human design, I'm going to be talking about the gate of 52, which we go into tomorrow. And as I shared in previous videos, the reason why I like to talk about this to some regard is because I feel like it adds an extra nuanced expression or energy to what we're collectively experiencing. Because while we could look at it from the perspective of whatever energy astrology wise we're in, such as Cancer. We can kind of look vaguely at Cancer energy, but when we add in that extra layer, we can go into greater depth. So if you want it on your own, look into gate 52. That's great. If not, I'm going to talk to you about it right now. So the two things I want to cover is talking about this gate that we're going into, which we'll be into for most of the week. And then I also want to just briefly touch on the new moon that takes place tomorrow. So starting off with this collective energy we're in from this perspective of human design. So what this energy is when this is being activated, it's collectively inviting us to really hone into like that divine inspired focus, and in a way that is grounded and all-knowing. This is called the Buddha channel. So that should help you understand the energy. It's in contrast, you could say, if let's say you're moving towards something in your life and you have obstacles or things coming up or there's resistance, and it can send you into a tizzy or a spiral of like, oh my gosh, how do I navigate this? All of the negative things we say to ourselves that begin to spiral us out of control, which ultimately pushes us further and further away from that intuitive, which is Cancer, connected to the moon, intuitive knowing. So the energy this week is inviting us to really look into and trust in the grounded knowingness within ourselves, and allowing there to be a level of stillness or allowance for things to move forward, to gradually put us towards where we know, because that's part of the energy, know that we're going. It's a trust in the self and allowance within creative or divine source, and a flow that moves gently with this energy. Now, the challenge with this is, once again, being able to detach from the external chaos. So in this week, anything that is causing you to feel like you're ruffling your feathers, taking a deep breath, grounding into that Buddha like energy, that knowing presence in the moment, and resting back into that inner knowing, that intuitive knowing that is asking you to breathe, to be present, and to move forward with clarity. So another shadow aspect of this energy this week you can keep in mind with is feeling like you're stuck, not wanting to move. So maybe in contrast, you know what you want to accomplish, you know where you want to go. And this can be, because this is a collective reading, maybe it is a new opportunity, maybe it's new gifts coming online, maybe it's a new connection, a new environment, home, whatever it may be. But looking at this energy, and you can feel it. You can feel the pull of wanting to go there, but you can be overcome by fear. And oh gosh, I can relate to this. I definitely can relate to this. It can be a feeling of, I know that's where I want to go, but the inaction in starting doing due to that overwhelm of wanting to logically figure it out or to understand it. So it's once again inviting that Cancer-like energy to tune into the intuition, the inner knowing, and allowing the direction to move you gently forward, not forcefully, not aggressively, not I need to make this happen, not if this doesn't work out, I don't know what I'll do. None of that chaotic energy. Once again, Buddha-like frequency. And so the shadow, again, like I said, can be in action, or it can be trying to outrun your fear. So either you're not moving due to fear, or you're overcompensating because of fear. So this is sort of like a nuanced energy that you can feel or see, that's adding to where we're going. Now, from a astrology perspective, we can look at this as the new moon in tomorrow in Cancer. Now, when there's so much depth I can go into this, but I feel really guided to keep this simplistic, with most of the focus being on what I've already shared. But the piece, when we look at it from astrology, we can look at the new moon. New moons are new beginnings. This is where we're starting a new chapter. We're moving forward into something new. And so with this, sometimes people will experience before the new moon, which would be today or the last couple days, sort of a shedding or releasing or a sudden feeling of like things happen quickly because they're trying to clear for the new beginning. So that's something you may be experiencing today or have resonated or felt in the last couple of days. But generally speaking, this is a new beginning, a new cycle. And so when we have Cancer, once more, I feel like what I'm being prompted to share is a reflection to that Cancer energy of connection to the intuition. Yes, there are other qualities, such as Cancer can demonstrate a protective quality. You know, it can be where we flare up sometimes in the sense of often, once again, I think it's like mama bear sort of energy that can flare up. But also there could be that sense of withdrawing. And so in the energy I just spoke of, you know, I said there can be inaction due to fear. So where are you withdrawing? Where are you pulling back? Where are you not trusting that knowing and being able to move forward gracefully? So that's the energy that I feel like wanted to come through as far as it goes with astrology. and what I shared related to human design. Now, the next portion of this video, I'm going to go into the trance channeling aspect. Now, before I do, actually, there are some things I want to share with you that are shifting and changing. I feel like I've kind of reached this prompt of graduation to some regard, or you're going to the next level. I don't know, whatever it is, but my guides are prompting me to start sharing additional trance channeling videos, but they will be in addition to this and specific to each sign. And so it will be a energy for the next 30 days. And these will be released twice a week throughout the month. So, I'll do 2 signs such as Aries and Taurus one day, and then another day I do the next 2. Because of the timing, it won't be like the sign for the month of July. Rather, it'll be the next 30 days. And these will be strictly trance channeled. These will not be from a astrology perspective. This will be whatever beings, energies wants to communicate to that sign. That is what comes through. Now, one way we can look at this, not necessarily always, but giving a general example, Aries energy could easily relate towards Lyrans. They have a similar frequency of being pioneers, initiators, so perhaps some weeks that, the energy that understands that energetic signature, because at the end of the day, I feel like we're understanding archetypes and frequencies and signatures in which we can all intermingle, connect, and navigate this new shift in reality. So perhaps, for example, the Lyrans might come forward, or we might see a total opposite energy, like Hadarians are loving and gentle and nurturing. And so perhaps they come in to invite Aries to see the opposite. And so there will be a releasing of trance channeled specific for each sign. That will be for energy for the next 30 days. So look out for that for next week, as I will start that on Tuesday. And I think just for beginning the first month, I'll probably start in order with Aries and Taurus. And then the following month, I'll probably do it backwards, so that everybody kind of throughout the month feels where the energy is, though the channelings will be sort of timeless, but essentially at the time you listen to it in the next 30 days. The other thing I wanted to mention is also I am open to doing private sessions now on my site for trance channeling. This is something I've been doing privately and has been remarkable. I've had recently, it was shared with me, a perspective from an individual that said that the experiences they've received through the trance channeling one-on-one sessions with me have offered more than what systems and human design and astrology, gene keys, like all of these things have offered them otherwise, because it's so nuanced to specific energy and guidance. And the thing in trance channeling that's been the most powerful one-on-one realizing is that there's just a way of describing things that I can't even put it into language. It just offers that breakthrough, that shift, that thing you're looking for. So I will include all of that in the description. Enough babbling on, but I like to share this ahead of time because, as I've shared in previous videos, when I trance channel, my consciousness is removed. So please keep in mind too, as I'm connecting, I love the engagement, but a lot of times I will wait till after the video to be able to reply to comments or anything like that. But please share them with me. I do love any encouragement and questions of that nature. But when I am trance channeling, I am fairly removed consciously. That means at the end, I don't remember or know what was said. So there's no recap or conclusion. And because the energy is thick, I normally just end the video. So if you're not familiar with trance channeling, basically, I would say I am a trance channeler that channels multiple different beings. I'm just lighting me some mugwort. I channel multiple different beings. So the energy that comes through will be different. With whatever collectively we need, whatever frequency wants to come through. Most of the time, my voice does not change. Some beings will channel slower, some sound faster. It just depends on what comes through. And yeah, we'll just kind of see where things go with that. I think that's all I want to share. Yeah. Okay. So when I do this portion of the video, I like to invite listeners, whenever you're listening to this, to kind of, if you can, take a breath, ground in with me. It may take me a minute or two, a couple minutes to connect, and then the energy will speak through. If I use my hands and you see anything, so one of my practices when I started channeling, because I do sometimes will shake depending on the vibration, because some beings, like when I've connected to Thoth, are pretty intense and I feel them a lot physically. And they invited me to put energy into items of nature. And so I have like my little stick and rock that I hold. So if you see those, that's kind of what they are. But I invite you to just close your eyes if you can. And I'm just going to ground in. Take a few deep breaths. I invite you, if you can, to do the same. The beautiful thing about these energies is if you're able to really take a moment to tune in with me. I've had many people reflect to me that you can actually feel the personalized connection with them and their energy frequency, which is why I like to invite you to close your eyes if you can, to really just ground and relax into your body, letting your shoulders relax. If you're someone that needs a visual, just visualizing a peaceful environment in which you can allow your consciousness to relax into. And I'm going to just take a moment to connect with the energy that wishes to come through this week. We are delighted to speak with you at this important time in your journey. We are the frequency of Hadarians. We come with specific interest and information we feel will be of assistance at this time. We would like to share with you an introduction of sorts. We desire there to be more knowledge or understanding of our people. We are a people from Hadar. Our frequency is that much of love. We are a communal people with connection to one another, to the land, and to energy. We would say one gift in which we possess is we are gifted travelers. We are able to move through dimensions of time and space effortlessly. This is a gift in which we would say your people are becoming more aware. We are very much in harmony with our environment. And we have, you could say, a curiosity in understanding others through the lens of connection and love and empathy. This is why we come to you today in sharing our frequency of grounded connection, a connection that allows the nervous system to relax in trust and connection with others, with nature, with the divine. This is a gifted practice that will be of assistance in navigating the transition you are moving through. We also come to you today to inspire curiosity within what you will be experiencing in days to come. There will be shifting in and out of sorts in more noticeable energy, meaning it would not surprise us at all if you have experiences in which you notice feelings of time quickening, shifting, or even some may have glimpses, as you would say, behind the veil of reality. This is as you vibrate higher to your original form. You will begin to see how mutable reality in fact is. This is a gift in which will continue to strengthen and form in the lives of many. With this may come challenges as it relates to how you associate what is static or stable or secure, as it invites you to open the mind to what reality in fact truly is. It is our grounded and connected nature in which we feel at unity and at one with one another and things of nature and frequency that allow us to be so gifted with navigating between dimensions of reality. We are, as other races may be, gifted in the manipulation of time and bending of space and time and reality. We invite you in this moment to sit with us, if you will, in silent meditation or observation, we would say, of the realms unseen and unknown. We would suggest that within your vessel, you have understandings of things that are unseen, but are very connected to you. We invite you to close your eyes and allow us to give you a glimpse into your soul's remembering of our people, of worlds unknown. Imagine your being resting with your outer eyes closed, your inner eyes open, feeling a form of invitation and opening into what wishes to communicate with you. Observe your environment as we observe ours. Feel connected to the elements, the air, the ground beneath you, the sights, the sounds. Are there animals or plants? What element speaks to you primarily now? This is a sign. This element wishes to commune more with you. It invites you to get to know it better. Is it earth or air, or water or fire? These subtle things, we and our people specialize in understanding as an invitation to connection, activation, and awakening. We invite you to be more present in your day-to-day existence. An awareness of what is of your environment that is speaking to you beyond simply requests or demands of signs, which we understand your species is quite familiar. But how can you move away from your request of validation and step more into connected being? Be one with what you call or request from. This is as if going to meet a new people or to experience something new, and making no effort to understand the deeper, richer nature of the people. Simply like a tourist, a visitor flopping around in demand. Entertain me, entertain me. You are missing the entire scope of what wishes to actually commune with you. How are you busying through your life, disassociating, disconnecting, stomping over, moving past? How might you slow your awareness to the present moment? How might you connect beyond your challenges or turmoils? Yes, we say this and wish it not to be received with harshness as we understand the complexity of the world around you. But if you all busy around in frustration and fear, you simply build this frequency around any and everyone connected to you in this realm. We would suggest gently and with love instead to ground and look deeper, connect deeper. This may be the simple medicine, and which is exactly what is needed at this time. And as you rest into this divine frequency connection, you may notice your nervous system relaxes with you. Your eyes open wider to understanding. You feel in harmony. You feel in flow. No longer busying about in fear, but rather allowing and trusting. This is how you will move through what is to come. This is, in fact, while it may sound simplistic, the deeper initiation, the deeper invitation, for it is understanding of the self and its connection to the whole. This is what is relevant and moving forward in the days in which you reside. We feel that our sharing of this frequency is adequate for this time and wish that it is received with the loving intention in which we share it. And with this, we would say, our time with you is complete. And we say our goodbye. My body is just humming with energy. It'll be exciting to go back and listen. That's always fun for me to see what came through. So, all right. I think this feels good as a conclusion. I'm actually going to be recording another live video here at 12 in a few minutes, my time, Eastern Standard Time. Will not be trance channeling, but will be, the energy's so thick, sorry. But we'll be sharing information on the Syrians, which is very rich in information that came through sort of like a trance channeled interview I had with them. So I'm excited to do that video. I hope that this has offered something to you today to help you through the week ahead. I invite you to revisit if you so feel like all the things. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye until next week. Bye.